Bury that man. You are a disappointment to Nigeria. Believe me or not, you be wicked man. Now bad person you be. You just want to be saying, now then you want, you just dey on top. Just like the way Tinubu just dey right now. Make all the Nigeria they worship you. And now just one man movement. Why be saying anytime we be they want protest for this country, they won't do anything for this country. You now with your crowd when you get, what the park God and do everything. For you to organize the say when they come outside to go protest, say Nigeria they suffer. You dey very busy in the drag bill, Lord. You dey very busy dragging businessman we never send you. They protest today for Abuja. You live in Abuja. Because of say the thing, say other activists is doing it. Other people are there. You find way to escape yourself from inside. Believe me or not, VDM no mean way for Nigeria. It's just there doing business. Let's say using you guys for business. Which other thing again they more important say the youth today they protest for the betterment of this country. Even Peter Obi is there. You with the massive huge people when they follow you, everything you will say you are the biggest, you are God in Nigeria, but see it. You don't feel use your biggest fame, anything at all, they draw awareness. You are just there doing bill, try to destroy Nigeria, say, no concern, you no go work. The last time when you do protest about this man, that time, the same thing again, you come again with different story. You will always try to defend yourself because of say no put you for there as a leader. Which they say that VDM be the leader for that place. You forgot that place. You are a disappointment. So, it's your content creative between being Lord and this one. So, you are just doing it to favor your families, favor yourself, make money for yourself. That is all. So, it takes only a wise being to understand you. You must be wise to understand VDM. As I just said like this now, big man like me, successful man like me, they live life on your own, family man with prick. Because they take advice from you about Nigeria. Peter Obi, we love you so much. You try, understand? You take your time and again to all the good Nigerians that live in Abuja, we fall out. God will bless you now. Una try, understand? When our energy no waste, by the grace of God, God will give us good leadership in Nigeria. And again, anybody right now supporting APC, be you anybody at all. Obviously you put APC for it, say APC government is doing well because say they benefit, they favor you for his side. Now God will punish you, your generation, you know, go die where accident by you. Because Nigeria they clear right now for this country. People are suffering. But it's true, Lord, imagine we are living in a country where we say even hospital to take care of their self, all those senator, minister, governors, they don't fit do them. Any mosquito bite now abroad. Country will be the snake, they bad people, go bad person, no drugs, nothing be fake. Then you go say APC is doing well. We must change government. Believe me or not, APC, believe me or not. Now between the youth and Una next year, Una will carry all the youth by now. And next year, Una don't cast. And next we know Una already. Say Una won't be smart like Una they down Una safe. They choose person for that place. I don't know who choose that bill for that place, that office. I don't know that old man like that. Don't worry, keep on doing it. When the time will come, the trumpet will sound that time. So VTM, keep on deceiving yourself to help your family members. They're giving it, say back, say this one, they disturb bill or so many things online. Tell me this Nigeria will need you. You go find someone who can defend yourself out of it. And some of your fans will believe you. Anyway, it takes only a wise man to be okay in life. You must get sense to escape poverty. And I love you for that. You get sense now. You are using Nigeria to escape poverty. Now, you don't popular. Now, you don't give your brother business, cell phone, cell car. You are doing well. Keep on doing it.
So, very dark man, you are saying that this protest that these people went for today, this Occupy announced that they are saying there must be Electoral Reform Act. You are saying it's dead on arrival. That it is politicians like Peter Obi, Atiku, all of them that are supposed to be doing that protest. It's not the youth. That's why you are not joining. Well, you already say you don't want to have anything to do with politics. So just forget about it. You don't have to be insulting what others are doing because they are doing the right thing. If you say what they are doing is dead on arrival, compare it to the man you are calling Legend Fela. What did Fela do that everybody is clapping for him today? He was standing against police brutality and corruption. Is that his job? There are people that are supposed to do that job, but Fela was doing it. You understand? Now, who are the people suffering from this electoral reform? It's not the politician. Peter Obi is not suffering anything. Whether he lose the election or they cheat him out of election, Peter Obi will not be poor. He will still even make money because people will still say, oh, compensate and say, take this one, you try the election. It is the masses that are suffering. So that is why the masses are the one going out to say, no, we need electoral reform. If Peter Obi is the one cheering or leading the protest, now they will say, oh, it's because of politics. The man is just playing politics. So since it's the rest activists that came together to organize the protest, leave it alone. Let them do it. Since you are not supporting, leave it. Don't condemn it. You must not be part of everything, or you must not make headline in every case. You understand?
People are saying, do you know the impact of very dark man in Nigeria? Do you know the impact of B-Lord? Do you know how many people B-Lord are paying salary in this country? How many are very dark man paying?
You see, Nigerians, see, very dark man issue, they disturb me. They talk to na make una they listen to me. Very dark man matter is becoming the issue of a particular concern. They talk am because look at the way when very dark man they behave. Very dark man they feel say in their level. See, very dark man feel open in mouth talk say those guys when they Abuja. Very dark man, who be you? Who you be? Protest when Peter Obi dey, Fala not dey there, or be the former Minister of Education dey there, as Aisha Yusuf dey there, Pat Itomi, Professor Pat Itomi dey there, all that big shot then dey there. Very dark man, you say that thing is dead on arrival. Oh my God, very dark man, be careful. Now madness, now you don't dey enter, so get respect again. Very dark man, no get respect for anybody anymore. Very dark man, and you say your mother train you well. Very dark man, a lie. Very dark man, your mama no train you well. Very dark man, your mama no train, because if your mama train you well, you will respect those people when they there. Who you be, very dark man? See waiting we raise. See the person when we give money. See the person when we come up from poverty. See the person when we clothes. Person when we give food, eat. Now they come now. They want to shit on top of our head. Very dark man said that thing, electoral reform, in no protest in Abuja. Those guys they are occupying the National Assembly. Very dark man open a mat, in basket mat. Very dark man, you say this thing at Bola level, you just say na knocking level with this, you just say that nonsense thing where you do that content where you create. These people, they are not creating content. These people, they are fighting for the survival of the Nigerian youth. They are fighting for the future of our upcoming generation. And you open your mouth, you say that thing is dead on arrival. Very dark man, be careful. Very dark man, they warn you. Oh my God. See, when I talk, they say I don't come again. You see, very dark man, this boy. That's why I say, very dark man, you are gone, very dark man. You are gone and you are gone for life. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
The lawmakers of Nigeria just passed a vote saying that come year 2027 election, there will not be any type of transparency in the electoral process. At least this is how I understood it. So basically, they are saying that what happened in year 2023 will repeat itself again in year 2027. Mind you, in year 2023, they took us unaware. We didn't know what was happening. Just midnight, they announced the results and everybody went with the flow. Now, they realized the kind of people they govern. They were like, nothing happened, so let's tell them in advance. So they are telling us because they believe nothing will happen again. And I was looking at the amount of people that came out to protest in Abuja. I was trying to make an estimate as to how many people came out. It was about 100 people, or probably less than 100, out of 300 million people, for something which I believe is so massive, crucial, very, very important, right? However, come with me. Another man said, "Oi, everybody in Nigeria, please come outside. We are going to be doing a prayer, okay? People are going to be receiving healing, miracles, and whatever." Yeah, I know you guys know where I'm going to with this video. And I hate to be the guy coming out to speak about this kind of sensitive conversation. However, at this point, honestly, I do not care, right? Listen, Pastor Jerry is the NSPVD. Pastor E.E. Adeboye, the Oyedepo, the Pastor Chris Oyakilome, the clergies, the leaders of this really massive flocks. Please, it's high time you start telling your members the truth. It's high time you start telling them that a whole bunch of the prayer requests that they bring to these massive programs you guys organize, God would not answer it the way you are putting it in their head that God would organize. I'm looking at NSPPD. I'm sure there is a whole chunk of people who came there with their international passport, praying for God to grant them visas to functional countries because they want to escape their non-functional countries. And Pastor Jerry probably would include it in the prayer request. There is a whole bunch of them who are also praying for security, saying, God, please keep me safe in whatever. Listen, Tell your members. I'm not trying to say don't organize these programs. I'm not saying don't serve God, but it would not hurt if God has given you this massive flock and you're not able to tell them this simple truth of demanding proper accountability, demanding proper governance from the people who you know that their actions are the reasons why you are having this massive flock. It would not hurt. I know some of you will probably start looking at me and be saying, but why are you not extending the same energy to the Davido, the Burna Boy and Wizkid when they organize their concert? But listen, nobody goes to Wizkid's concert to pray for healing. Nobody goes there to pray for security. These people just go to have fun. But a whole bunch of these guys come in for these programs. You know what they are coming for. Please tell your members the truth. Tell your members to listen. In my opinion, remember what happened during Goodluck Jonathan? Adeboye came out. I don't understand. We are even seeing times 10 worse. Why are people, it would not hurt. Why are we not speaking out? Why are you not speaking out? Tell your members the truth.
Results during election. Where do you stand on that matter?
It's unfortunate I have not been able to return to Nigeria before today. I would have joined Mr. Peter Obi and other party leaders in protesting to the National Assembly to restore the real-time and mandatory transmission of results from the polling unit. It is the only way we can stop the manipulation that goes on in the collation centers. That is where the real rigging takes place. Rigging doesn't take place in the polling unit. It is in the collation centers. And this provision, which has been passed by the House of Representatives, but sadly being frustrated by the Senate, would have improved the quality of our elections. But we all know why the ruling party and the sitting government doesn't want that, because they know they can't win the elections, and the only way they have a fighting chance is to be able to manipulate the results after people have voted.
Really, I would not have bothered getting into this conversation if not for comments I saw. Maybe because of psychophancy or generally ignorance, and when any of this is at play, then education becomes important. And again, this means no disrespect to anybody, but I'm just here offering my voice as someone who is also privileged to being a gatekeeper in these conversations like this. Right? I agree with Very Dark Man, the rest of your sentiment. There are politicians that want to change the course of our country, must also be in the forefront of conversations like this. However, it must be noted that reforms like these are people-led. Again, reforms like these are people-led and not political parties or political influencers-led. If you ever give away the opportunity to create pressure, create urgency, or create conversations around important reforms like this, you will let it slide into the hands of politicians and they will make merchandise of it. Because don't forget, if you have had a copy of the Electoral Amendment Bill, you will see that it is not just about mandatory or a real-time transmission of result that is there. There is also a 10-year J term being proposed for vote buyers. And you cannot allow political parties or politicians to champion conversations like that, because they are also, as it were, they are also people that are guilty of this particular crime. No political parties in Nigeria can stay away from the conversation of whether they use money to buy votes or not. Or is it the electoral process, the monetization of the electoral process itself, where political parties peg the amount for certain offices for millions of naira? How can you sell your form of governorship for 100 million? How do I or you buy that form? So it means that it must be people initiated. It must be people-led. Politicians, yes, because of policies and all of that, opposition parties around the world, especially those in the parliament, cannot execute it or institutionalize all of this reform, but it must be people-led. I find it really ridiculous. Or I look at you as someone that is not knowledgeable. If you have conversations about, oh, Peter B did not, oh, this one did not. We want them to show up. We want them to show solidarity to this project. But again, it must be people-led. Don't forget that these people are also elite. They are elitists. I said everywhere. No matter what happens to this country, no matter who becomes in charge of this country, some of these people can never suffer again. Even their generations may not. So it is us. And I can give you several examples of reforms like this that were people-led. The Arab Springs of the 2010. First in Tunisia, later in Egypt, were people-led, not opposition parties. The Me Too movement in 2017 in the US, where public conversation started about sexual harassment and all of that, basically abuse. People-led. the reform achieved that people will now begin to speak up about what is happening, about politicians, and private issues now got out. And that's why we are seeing a lot of people being sent to jail for all of this. People-led. The very popular Black Lives Matters, you remember, in 2014 downward, people-led. It was opposition parties that led it. People-led. Until today, the US, it brought US police reforms. It brought in several reforms around the world. People now, cameras, body cams are not being worn. All of these are people-led. And I can give you several examples. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, we do no longer read. We don't have access to public information. All of us are just running with native intelligence as we know and read. And it is not helping the conversation. Because conversations like this would make people feel like there are people that are supposed to champion it. And the dangers are that if politicians, whether or not they're in the ruling party or in the opposition party, if they begin to champion conversation like this, they will do it to their own advantage. We must understand that the people must decide what happens. All of this, if there are not machineries that is needed to propagate this, for example, let me give you an instance. Peter Randy has been running around for all of this. And he knows, of course, that who benefits from whatever current situation of our electoral laws, it is the ruling party. They are the latest or most recent beneficiaries. So he can do all of this championing, all of this conversation, they move around, and then the opposition parliamentarians or the opposition parties cannot take it off from there. But the people must make the protest. The people must initiate the change. The people must make an urgency of this particular idea. Policy implementation, institutionalization, execution can become the next level. So, of course, it is a marriage or a romance of both the civil society, the people, or the opposition parties. But the people must engineer this change. If you want to read up more example, go and read the anti-corruption protest of India in 2011, or even the Chile constitutional protest or reform movement of 2019. I think it lasted till about 2022. Again, we are very, our education is quite backward and we don't have access to a lot of these things, and I understand. However, don't confuse it so that you don't kill the joy of people who want this to happen. The beneficiaries of a free, fair and credible elections are not politicians. They are the people. The people's right to be able to choose who governs them. And if you understand what democracy is, that is the bane. That is the basis. And if you now know what quality governance is, it is that process. So you see, who benefits it on the long run is the people. Or else, if you allow the politicians to champion it, they will do it to their advantage. They get to power and they begin to mess up. We are the one is... Oh, Alasha, it's okay.